Hi guys, you just watched me planting in the butterfly garden. It is clearly the next day. So the other night I came out here and moved a few more of those smaller perennials out towards the front of the bed, and I started laying some larger plants and perennials in the back section of the butterfly garden because I kind of wanted to get a feel for what I wanted to plant there and how I just kind of wanted the overall space to look. Let them sit for like 24, 48 hours. And then yesterday I came out and started planting just a few. I still have, if you can see behind me, I still have quite a few laid out in their nursery containers, and I'm just kind of trying them on for size, letting them sit there for a little bit longer before I actually get them in the ground. But I was able to get a few in the ground in the back section of the butterfly garden, and they look so good. First, let me show you the smaller plants that I pulled from the back and brought closer towards the front. We'll start with this purple blue salvia. I couldn't find a tag for it, and I don't know the variety name, but it's just so pretty. Look at this. So I wanted this to kind of stand on its own and just pop, so I brought it a little bit closer towards the border, and I think it looks so good. Then right behind the mophead false cypress, I pulled the autumn joy sedum. It was tucked in between these two arbs, and even though it got a tiny little bit of sun, I think it's going to be so much happier here. One of the neighbors on the other side of the street is having work done to their house, so if you hear a lot of banging and stuff, that's what it is. Sorry guys. I've got a serendipity allium over here. It was hidden behind a whole bunch of daffodil foliage. I almost didn't even see it. So I grabbed it and brought it closer towards the front of the bed. These get about 18 to 20 inches tall, and they come up with these beautiful like lavender purpley blooms, and the pollinators love them. I also brought this Veronica forward. This one has a pink and white spiky bloom, and I thought it would look so pretty in front of the allium and then right next to the white ones Veronica and the cat's pajamas Nepeta. And then all the way down here towards the end, I brought our dwarf euonymus shrub from back there right towards the front, kind of bringing in a little bit of green and winter interest. Now let's start in on what I planted. So right back here towards the crepe myrtle, right in the back of the bed, I planted 2 lemony lace elderberries because it is a little darker back here. And so I wanted these to kind of fill in, and with their bright chartreuse foliage, kind of just brighten up this whole area a little bit. If I get in close though, look how bright these are. I mean, they just pop back here, and that's exactly what I was going for because it always gives the appearance back in this back corner of being a lot darker. So I needed something that would just kind of brighten this whole area up, and I think these are going to be perfect. And I love the ferny texture of these. They kind of remind me a little bit of a fern and a Japanese maple. But look at the color look at the new growth color. It's this like orangey red that comes out, and then the whole thing just changes over to this chartreuse, just beacon of color. And I absolutely love these, and these get big. These can get upwards of 4 to 7 feet tall and wide, so they are definitely gonna fill in this whole space, and I cannot wait. They're hardy in zones 4 through 7, and they pretty much like any type of soil as long as it's well draining, and they like full sun. The more sun they get, the brighter they become. And then right over here to our left, I tucked in a vanilla spice summer sweet, and I've had these all over the garden before. These are such a great plant. I love them. They're great in boggy conditions. They like part sun, part shade. They can get anywhere of 3 to 6 feet tall and wide, and they bloom in like late spring, early summer. They come out with these like bottle brush blooms, and I'm not kidding you guys. The pollinators cover this plant from top to bottom. They absolutely love it, and I love that this comes out like a light yellowy green, but it changes over to a dark glossy green, and I love that color. These are hardy in zones, I think 4 through 9, and I think I mentioned they get anywhere from 3 to 6 feet tall and wide. Oh, so pretty. And in front of all those shrubs, we added 2 tiny wine 9 barks. for a little bit of red color. And you guys, these are in bloom right now, and look at them. Oh, they are so pretty. So these are hardy in zones 3 through 7. They get 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, so they stay on the more shorter side in the 9-bark family, because you know a lot of 9-barks can get huge, upwards of like 8 feet tall and 6 feet wide, but oh, I like that these stay more compact. And these bloom late in the spring with these pinkish white blooms, which are just so sweet. The foliage comes out, this like bronzy purple foliage. Oh, you guys, I love these. They're so pretty. Now, the one thing to know about these is that they bloom on old wood, so you don't really want to prune on them. If you have to, the best time to do it is right after they finish blooming, and you can just go in and kind of just prune it just a little bit, clean it up a little, but you don't really want to mess with these. You want to put them somewhere where they can kind of grow to their natural size, because they do take on this like natural vase shape, and if you prune them, they could, most likely, they won't come back in the same shape. Taking a step back, you can see the lemony lace elderberries in the corner already just brightening up this dark back section. I gave you the stats on these, but I don't remember if I gave you the name until just now. But again, these are the lemony lace elderberries. To the left, we've got the Vanilla Spice Summer Sweet. That's going to provide our dark glossy green foliage and midsummer blooms. Tucked behind, the Tiny Wine 9-barks. This is going to bring us our warmth, our red color, some late spring blooms. Right in front, we've got the Back to the Fuchsia Salvia. That's going to provide our spring blooms. Right in front of that, we've got the White Wands Veronica for our summer blooms. And then early spring blooms coming in with the Cat's Pajamas Nepeta. It's going to look so pretty. And then right over here, I tucked in another Yuki Snowflake Deutzia, because I just thought it would just pop with its beautiful bright white flowers. So pretty. I think this whole area is just going to be gorgeous. So that was my little project over the last couple days, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because you guys have seen this whole area transform, and I didn't want you to just kind of catch it in another video and be like, wait a minute, there's a whole bunch of plants in there and we never saw it. So I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop and make sure you guys got to see everything going on here. And you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.